don't see it that way. Film noir was a look, a tone, a feel. The shadows are still deadly. Murder still stalks the streets. Love and violence still share the same bed. Fate can still put the finger on you for no good reason at all. Life doesn't change, because people don't change.
Mean Streets became a very clear attempt at doing a film noir in color. What I was trying to do is blend what I knew as a reality with that style.
What do you mean, what am I doing? What are you doing to me, huh?
The theme of the young man trying to hustle money and being in conflict with some very powerful forces and not understanding the danger he's in until everything around him falls to pieces.
Well, what do you say? You said I didn't pay him? It's a fucking liar. Where is he? You paid him? Yeah, I paid him. Last week? Yeah. Last Tuesday? Yeah.
I think of it as noir in that I love the noir film, and that it's as much as possible a homage, my version of a noir. But in reality, I was trying to get as close as possible to my experience.
Hey, wait a minute, Charlie. What? Well, you're right. I'm right. Yeah, was it last Tuesday? Yeah, that's the Tuesday that was last week. That's before the one that's about to come up.
I guess I'm responding to hearing my uncle speak or my aunt or my father talk about certain films that they like. But they say, but that scene he went inside, you know what they did? Is no, they never show that film. No, they would never show that kind of stuff. They'll never do that. You know, and they'll never show the real workings of how these guys in organized crime deal with each other, or the real workings of somebody who really owes money and tries to get. So my intention was always, why not? Why not really show it?
I borrow money from you because you're the only jerk off around here that I can borrow money from without paying back, right? Right? Because you know that's what you are. That's what I think of you, a jerk off.
Color brings in a certain level of relationship to the real world. I mean, the real world is in color. Film noir, black and white, is inherently abstracted and more stylized.
I don't give two shits about you or nobody else.
I think there have been a number of color films that have certainly used noir elements, both visually, stylistically, and in terms of character and plot themes. Arthur Penn comes to mind, Bonnie and Clyde, Night Moves. Certainly Chinatown, I think, you know, preeminently. Larry Kasdan's Body Heat.
What's your name, anyway?
Ned Racine.
Maddie Walker.
You all right?
Yes, I'm fine. My temperature runs a couple of degrees high, around 100. I don't mind. The engine or something.
Maybe you need a tune-up.
Don't tell me. You have just the right tool.
I don't talk like that.
When I started out, I didn't know if I would ever get to direct another film after Body Heat. So I wrote something that I thought I could get through, and that would give me license to go very stylish. I had never directed anything really, except for a few student films. I wanted to do everything with the camera that I could think of, so I picked a form, a genre, that gave you enormous license for that, which was film noir.
Oh, that's it. That's it. We're gonna kill him. And I think I know how.
It's real, man.
It's real, all right. If we're not careful, it's gonna be a last.
Gigi.
I wrote a sort of standard film, but it was really about something else for me. It was really about something I was seeing in a lot of my friends, which was this desire to hit the big score very quickly. And that's really the story for the central character. You know, he just sort of is impatient, and things are not going as well or as pleasurably, as sensually as he would like. And a woman comes into his life that seems to open the door for him, where he can have all those things he wants immediately.
He has a gun! Where?
Ed Racine that Bill Hurt plays is not so very different from a lot of people that I know, and a certain American type. And in fact, the villainess, if she can be called that, has the same kind of drive. She's just a hard-working woman who wants to get it all.
If you never trusted me again, you'd probably be smart. But you must believe one thing. I love you. I love you. And I need you.
Violence and sexuality have become so much more graphic. And I think a key element in noir was that tension and almost repression. Filmmaking techniques have also become so much slicker. There's a lot more money available. We don't make B movies really anymore that deal with that kind of material. B movies tend to be like slasher films and so forth. A movies usually have a very strong, production budget and design budget. And film noir films inherently were done as B movies, low budget, and they had certain physical limitations and restrictions that became part of the filmmaking vocabulary. And I don't think we use those so much anymore.
There's been a number of attempts to emulate that style, but that style was tied to a time and place, and that time and place is gone.
If somebody really wanted to make a film using that kind of dialogue, that very terse, Chandler, Hammett, Hemingway type dialogue, would it sell today? I don't know. I don't think so.
And I do really feel that this genre is a historical genre. When you speak of German Expressionism, you speak of a specific time. When you speak of the Nouvelle Vague, that's a specific time. And film noir is a specific time. We don't make film noir anymore.
There's just semantics. What makes noir? Who defines noir? Who defines American film? Who defines what's good and bad in American movies? The dangerous thing is that in any moment in history, we have some machine, some cultural, critical media machine working to define what's good and bad. But it's all up for grabs. We'll know maybe 50 years from now, we'll look back and see what stood the test of time.
People didn't change in 40 years. So if you have seen life truly 40 years ago, it should stand up today. Of course, some of the problems are slightly different, but basic human problems is still the same.
Look, mister, I'm so tired. You'd be doing me a big favor if you'd blow my head off.